The night I betrayed my vows was the night I discovered who I really was. I wish I could tell you it was a mistake, a slip I regretted the moment it happened. But the truth is, a part of me had been waiting for that moment all along. My name is Isabella, and this is the story of how desire, loneliness, and one forbidden connection tore apart the life I thought I wanted. When I married Daniel, I thought I had found forever. He was steady, reliable, the kind of man who provided a sense of safety I had always longed for. Our wedding was beautiful, our honeymoon sweet, and our life together started with so much promise. But years passed, and the fire that once burned between us faded into routine. Conversations turned into small talk. Our nights together became silent. I told myself it was normal, that marriages weren't meant to stay passionate forever. Then Ethan appeared. He was everything Daniel was not. A colleague from another branch, sent to work with our team on a major project. He was magnetic, his presence filling every room he walked into. His eyes held secrets, the kind that made you want to lean in closer, desperate to know more. From the very first handshake, something shifted inside me. At first, it was harmless. Late nights at the office working on presentations, cups of coffee shared over scattered papers, stolen laughs at inside jokes only the two of us understood. But beneath every laugh, every glance, there was an unspoken tension. I could feel it every time his arm brushed against mine, every time his voice dropped low when he asked about my day. One evening, as the office lights dimmed and everyone else had gone home, Ethan leaned in closer than usual. His hand brushed mine, lingering a second too long. I should have pulled away, but I didn't. Instead, I looked into his eyes, and in that moment, I knew the line between right and wrong had already been crossed. The first kiss happened in the most ordinary place, the office parking lot. The night was warm, and the world seemed too quiet. He said my name softly, like a prayer, before his lips found mine. It wasn't rushed, it wasn't desperate. It was slow, deep, the kind of kiss that makes your knees tremble because you know you'll never forget it. That kiss changed everything. I went home that night and lay beside Daniel, pretending to sleep while my mind replayed every detail. I felt guilty, but the guilt was nothing compared to the hunger that now lived inside me. Ethan had awakened something I thought was long dead. Our encounters became more frequent. A touch of his hand when no one was looking. A whispered word that carried more weight than entire conversations. Secret meetings in quiet corners of the city where no one knew us. Every moment was filled with a dangerous thrill that left me craving more. But with every kiss, every stolen hour, the weight of my choices grew heavier. I began to see the cracks in my marriage more clearly. Daniel would ask how my day was, and I would lie through a smile. He would reach for my hand at dinner, and I would pull away without even realizing. I was drifting further from him, and deeper into Ethan's world. One night, Ethan and I drove out of the city. The road stretched endlessly, the headlights carving a path into the darkness. Music played softly on the radio, but all I could focus on was his hand resting on mine. We pulled over near a quiet lake, the water shimmering under the moonlight. He kissed me again, deeper this time, as if he was claiming every part of me I had hidden away. That night, I gave in completely. And as much as I wanted to fight it, a part of me felt alive for the first time in years. But secrets have a way of surfacing. Daniel wasn't a fool. He noticed the late nights, the distracted looks, the way my phone seemed to light up a little too often. One evening, as I walked through the door, he asked me a simple question. "Is there someone else?" His voice was calm, but his eyes were sharp, searching. In that moment, I wanted to lie, to protect the fragile life we had built. But something inside me cracked. The silence between us grew unbearable, and tears filled my eyes before I could stop them. Daniel didn't need an answer. He already knew. The weeks that followed were a storm. Arguments, cold silences, the weight of betrayal pressing down on us both. I tried to explain that I hadn't meant for it to happen, that I had felt lost, unseen, unloved. But how could he understand when I barely understood it myself? Meanwhile, Ethan was a constant shadow in my life. He wanted me to leave Daniel, to choose him fully. And I wanted to. God, I wanted to. But every time I pictured tearing apart my marriage, the guilt clawed at me. I was caught between two worlds, the safety of the life I had built, and the fire of the life I craved. The breaking point came one night when Daniel looked at me across the dinner table and said, "I don't know who you are anymore." His voice broke as he spoke, and something inside me shattered. He was right. I wasn't the woman he had married. I wasn't even sure who I was anymore. That night, I drove to Ethan's apartment. My hands shook on the steering wheel, my heart racing with every mile. When I arrived, he opened the door, and without a word, I fell into his arms. He held me, kissed me, and whispered that everything would be okay. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't. Because no matter how much I wanted Ethan, no matter how alive he made me feel, the truth was undeniable. My choices had destroyed something that could never be rebuilt. And yet, if I could go back to that first kiss in the parking lot, would I have stopped it? Or would I have leaned in, just as I did that night, knowing it would change everything? This is my story. A story of love, betrayal, and the dangerous way passion can consume you when you least expect it. So now, I turn to you. Have you ever been torn between what you know is right and what your heart craves most? Would you risk everything for one moment that makes you feel alive? If my story made you feel something, I ask you to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories that dive into the raw, messy truth of love, betrayal, and desire. Because sometimes, the most dangerous stories are the ones we live ourselves.